What if retiring happy and wealthy wasn't just luck? Here's the real playbook. Today, we're breaking down how to retire. 20 lessons for a happy, successful, and wealthy retirement in 10 minutes. What if retiring happy and wealthy wasn't just luck? What if it was a skill you could learn, no matter where you are in your career right now? That's the question Christine Benz sets out to answer in her game-changing book. How to Retire. 20 Lessons for a Happy, Successful, and Wealthy Retirement. If you've ever felt that retirement is this big, scary mystery like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing, you're not alone. Most of us grow up hearing vague advice: save 10% of your income, invest in stocks, don't touch your 401k. But here's the truth: those one-size-fits often backfire. They leave people stressed, underprepared, or worse, retiring only to realize they can't afford the life they imagined. Christine Benz isn't here to repeat those myths. As the director of personal finance at Morningstar, one of the most trusted names in investing, she's spent decades helping real people navigate retirement. And in this book, she's distilling that expertise into 20 clear, actionable lessons. No jargon, no fluff, just what actually works. So whether you're 30 and just starting to think about retirement, 50 and panicking because you feel behind, or even 65 and already retired but wondering if you're doing it right, this is your playbook. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the problem we're all facing. Retirement planning is broken. For starters, we're living longer than ever. A 65-year-old today has a 50% chance of living to 90. That's 25 years of retirement. But most people still plan like they're going to retire at 65 and check out at 75. That's a recipe for running out of money. Then there's the myth of the magic number. You've heard it. You need $1 million to retire. But Benz blows that out of the water. A teacher in a low-cost city might need half that. A surgeon in New York with a vacation home? They might need double. The one-size-fits-all number is useless. And let's not forget the emotional side. So many people focus only on the money, but retirement is about more than a bank account. It's about waking up excited to start your day, having purpose, and staying connected. Ignore that, and even a fat portfolio won't make you happy. So how do we fix this? Ben starts with lesson 1. Start early, but it's never too late. Let's say you're 25 and earn $50,000 a year. If you save just 10%, $5,000 a year, with an average 7% annual return, you'll have over $1 million by 65. But if you wait until 35, you'd need to save $12,000 a year to hit that same number. Ouch. But here's the good news. Ben says even if you're 50 and have nothing saved, you can still catch up. How? By increasing your savings rate. Think 20 to 30% of your income, working a few extra years, and being strategic with investments. The key isn't perfection. It's progress. Lesson 2. Calculate your retirement number the right way. Forget the $1 million myth. Benz walks you through a simple formula. Estimate your annual expenses in retirement. Be honest, include travel, hobbies, healthcare, even that morning latte habit. Subtract any guaranteed income you'll have, like Social Security or a pension. The result is how much you need your investments to cover each year. Then multiply that by 25 thanks to the 4% rule, which says you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio each year without running out of money. That's your target. For example, if you need $50,000 a year from investments, 50,000 by 25 equals $1.25 million. Simple, right? But Benz warns, adjust for inflation. If you're 30, that $50,000 will be more like $100,000 by the time you retire. So always factor in rising costs. Lesson 3. The 4% rule isn't a rule, it's a starting point. You've probably heard the 4% rule. Withdraw 4% of your portfolio in the first year, then adjust for inflation each year. But Ben says it's not set in stone. If the market crashes in your first year of retirement, 4% might be too much. If you're healthy and expect to live to 95, you might need to start with 3.5%. On the flip side, if you have a pension or rental income, you could withdraw 5%. The key is flexibility. Ben suggests planning for a floor and a ceiling. Your floor is the minimum you need to cover basic expenses: rent, food, healthcare. Your ceiling is the fun stuff: travel, gifts. In down markets, stick to the floor. In good years, splurge on the ceiling. Lesson 4. Healthcare will cost more than you think. This is the retirement wildcard. A 65-year-old couple today can expect to spend over $300,000 on healthcare in retirement, and that's not including long-term care. Ben says don't wait until Medicare kicks in at 65 to plan. Start by maxing out a health savings account (HSA) if you have a high-deductible health plan. HSAs are triple tax advantaged. You contribute pre-tax, earnings grow tax-free, and withdrawals for healthcare are tax-free. Even better, after 65, you can use HSA funds for non-healthcare expenses, though you'll pay income tax on those. Benz also recommends looking into long-term care insurance early in your 50s or early 60s, when premiums are lower. Lesson 5. Retirement isn't an ending, it's a new chapter. Here's where so many people fail. They plan the financial part, but forget to plan their life. Ben shares stories of retirees who thought they'd golf all day, only to feel bored and isolated after 6 months. The solution? Find purpose. Maybe it's part-time work not for the money, but for the routine and social connection, volunteering, a hobby that turns into a side gig, or spending time with family. Ben suggests creating a retirement bucket list of activities that light you up, and then building your schedule around them. She also warns against isolating yourself. Loneliness is a bigger threat to health than smoking, so prioritize social connections. Join a club, take a class, or volunteer. By now you might be thinking, this is a lot, but it's doable. And that's exactly Ben's point. Retirement isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared. It's about knowing your numbers, being flexible, and planning for both the financial and emotional parts of this new chapter. So what's the takeaway? Start today. Even if you're 25, 55, or 65, there's something you can do right now. Calculate your retirement number. Boost your savings rate by 1%. Call your financial advisor to review your portfolio, or draft your retirement bucket list. Small steps add up. Christine Benz doesn't promise a retirement filled with yachts and private islands, unless that's your goal. She promises a retirement that's yours, one where you feel secure, purposeful, and happy. Because retirement isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of the best part. So grab a copy of How to Retire, pick one lesson to focus on this week, and start building the retirement you deserve. Your future self will thank you.